Go over all the games happened on Thursday night. The first game is Charlotte Hornets beating the Detroit Pistons 105-102. Hornets, after this game, they are the sixth seed in the Eastern Conference. Looks like they will be making the playoffs. I don't know when the last time they made it, but good to see them, getting LaMelo Ball and Gordon Hayward and playing really well this season. Detroit, they are tanking at the moment for the season. Jeremy Grant continued to be great. 32 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, and a steal. And by far the number one guy. Sadiq Bey still got his 28 minutes. 4 for 11, 14 points. I think this guy is still worth rostering, unless you can find another guy out there on the waiver wire. Because he should be getting 30 minutes pretty consistently, close to 30 minutes, and should have good enough upside. Mason Plumlee, 25 minutes. Yeah, you gotta sell him. Really good stat line again. 8 rebounds, 3 assists, still in the block, but I think at some point Isaiah Store's minutes has been creeping up. 23 minutes this game. He was only playing 20. We'll see if the guy. I could do a speculatively ad for him just to see what happens in the next few games. He might just start playing 25, 30 minutes. That's why you gotta scoop him up. Siv played 26 minutes. This guy filled up the stat sheet: 11 points, 8 assists, and 2 steals. But the minutes, 26 minutes, on most nights he won't be giving you 8 assists. This is a pretty big outlier. And Dylan Wright came back and only played 22 minutes. It could be that he was out for a while. But Dennis Smith Jr. got 22 minutes, so it looks like Dylan Wright won't be playing the 35 minutes he was playing. He should still give you okay stats, but I think at this point it's only streaming. Because now you got Dennis Smith Jr. behind him, and Dennis Smith Jr. as well. Both guys, they're splitting the minutes. Unless one person gets over 30, they're not really worth rostering. Wayne Allen and Josh Jackson again, just low minutes. So this game the rotation is weird, especially for the guards, right? Everybody's got 20 minutes. Maybe the coach is just trying to figure out. Casey's just trying to figure out who to play. And the Hornets side, Gordon Hayward struggled shooting the ball, 4 for 15, 17 points, 3 assists. That's still okay numbers. 8 for 8 from the free throw line. And PJ Washington, you gotta sell high on this guy. I think in the past 4 or 5 games he had one game where he scored 42 points, and the very next game he only had 2 points. But then another great game here, 20 points, filled up the stat sheet, 20 points, 9 rebounds, a steal and 2 blocks. Just try to sell him, package him with another guy, see what you can get. Otherwise, hold him. He should have a consistent role on this team moving forward. So as long as he's healthy, he should give you top 90, top 80 value maybe. In category leagues, Cody Zeller came back, only played 26 minutes. If you need some rebound and some efficiency, he's worth taking a look. But on most nights, he's not playing over 30 minutes. Terry Rozier got 3 steals, 17 points. Still not bad. But, this is a guy that... for the season, let's see where Scary Terry is at. Still ranked 34th. His efficiency has, still insane, 48, 49%. And he's a guy that can really just give you a bunch of scoring and some threes and nothing else. This year, he really brought up his steal numbers, averaging 1.4 steals after the 3 steal performance. So what a surprise he has been, and I don't really view him at a 35. If I can get any top 35, 40 player from him, I would do it. I would do the trade for Drew Holiday, who's been struggling lately. I would do it for Malcolm Brogdon. I would do it for all the guys in that range, because he really just give you the points and efficiency. And if those fall off, yeah, it's gonna be bad. LaMelo Ball struggled. You hold on to him, maybe buy low. If he struggles another 2 games or so. 3 for 11, still give you 9 assists and a steal. 5 turnovers. He'll be better than this. And Devontae Graham came back this game. Only played 18 minutes. Unless he starts playing 30, 35 minutes, I'm not interested in Devontae Graham. He does give you some good assists, which is hard to get on the waiver wire. So I'll keep an eye on him once he starts getting 30 minutes. Maybe it won't happen, right? Because LaMelo Ball is going to get 30 minutes consistently. And Malik Monk has to be out of the rotation in order for Devontae Graham to play 30 minutes. Maybe it will happen, maybe not. So just keep an eye on him. Miles Bridges, 23 minutes with another guy back. I'm not interested. Only stream him if you can. And they don't have this guy, darling, they don't have his picture on it. What a disgrace for NBA.com. Let's go on to the next game. The Brooklyn Nets beating the Celtics. Nets, they're just rolling at the moment. Wow, this game Kyrie kind of took over. Jason Tatum, you know, sure, great game, 31 points, five rebounds, 3 assists. Just wants even to do more peripheral stats, to do more in this area. Scoring is fine. He's gonna have some shooting slumps. He's gonna be up and down, but good game here. And with Marcus Smart coming back, interestingly, Stevenson still played Daniel Theis and Tristan Thompson together, but Thompson's minutes suffered. Only 19 minutes here. So I think eventually Marcus Smart is going to start, and Thompson probably going to play 50 minutes. Daniel Theis still played 28, but both guys, their minutes are very up and down. But Theis is the better option. 17 and 8, two shooter block, really good. Jaylen Brown played 40 minutes. Just really bad shooting night for Jaylen Brown. I don't know why he got his 40 minutes. Maybe he's struggling, and Stevenson just want him to be out there, try to get into rhythm. He played 40 minutes here. His ranking, oh man, he's already ranked 59th. I think he should be a top 50 guy. So he's been struggling pretty hard. I would try to buy low on him. 5 for 23. He was never a 50% shooter. For the season, he's still shooting 49%. But this game, he gave you 5 rebounds, 6 assists, and 4 steals. So that's pretty good. So just if he has a better shooting night, his rankings will move up. But after this bad game, he's already ranked 59th. I think it's a good buy low for Jaylen Brown. Kemba Walker, this is the level of stats. Whenever Kemba have a bad game, he's gonna give you this level of stats. Just 11 points. A steal and a block is really nice, but I don't think Kemba is going to be a top 50 player this year. Maybe in the top 70 or 80 range. He occasionally he's going to go off, give you 30 points, but most nights he's not going to give you that. He's going to miss a lot of back-to-backs. So I will be like, if I can package him and like another overperforming guy, like a Robert Williams. This guy has been getting a lot of hype. With Marcus Smart coming back, Marcus Smart only played 20 minutes, right? So I just don't think Robert Williams is ever going to get 25 minutes this season. He still had a great game. A steal and 6 blocks against the Brooklyn Nets. I don't know who he's blocking 6 shots, who he blocked 6 times, which individuals on the Nets got blocked 6 times collectively. But I think this is a good sell high. I mean, he only played 60 minutes. You gotta sell high on. You gotta sell high. I think on Rato or on a lot of places, people are pretty high on this guy. Maybe he has good value for the rest of the season, but playing 16 to 20 minutes, I don't know how much value can he really give you. If for a week he only give you 2 blocks, I mean it's just such a negative for the rest of the categories for your team. So I would try to sell him. Marcus Smart came back 21 minutes, shot the ball really well, had 19 points, and he should continue to ramp up. Had a minute restriction here, and it will be interesting to see what happens when Marcus Smart move into the starting lineup and start playing 35 minutes, because I'm pretty sure Tristan Thompson is going to come off the bench, and are they just not going to play him at all and give all the minutes so that Robert Williams can keep all the minutes? I don't know. We'll see. Brooklyn Nets, Kyrie, really had it go in this game. 40 points. No worries there. He's a top 10 player, and this season, his steal numbers has been quite low for Kyrie Irving. You have to nitpick here. He's only averaging 1.1 steals. I think he can improve in that category. For the season, he's shooting 52%. I think that's going to fall, but per game basis, he should be a top 10 player pretty comfortably. And the assists, with the arrival of Harden, right, this assist is going to suffer a bit. And once KD comes back, I think those 2 guys' numbers going to suffer a bit, but not by that much. Bruce Brown without KD, he only played 18 minutes, had 3 personal fouls. You can still stream him. KD's going to be out for another 3-4 games. Joe Harris played 31 minutes. This guy should have value no matter what. Just not much value other than the 3-pointers he's providing. DeAndre Jordan played 26 minutes. That's pretty encouraging. 8 rebounds. Again, those guys are worth streaming, at least with KD back. Harden had a pretty good game. 22 points. It's just almost a triple double every single game. And the defensive stats are coming back. 1 steal and 2 blocks this game. And his steal numbers still have room to grow. Only averaging 1.2 on the season. And 7 turnovers is pretty bad. Nicholas Claxton. This guy also gets a lot of hype. Only play 18 minutes. He's like a Robert Williams. I'm not interested in either guy. If they pop off, sure, I would try to trade them, sell high on them, package them, and another guy for, a top 40, 50 guy. Jeff Green, 25 minutes. Not interested in him. Let's go on to the next game. Yeah, this game, I believe Tony Snell, our friend Tony Snell, hit a game winner 3 to beat the Toronto Raptors. Tony Snell, not interested in him ever, even if he played 40 minutes. John Collins, only 28 minutes, had 5 personal fouls. He should be a top 50 player. A bad John Collins game here. Only 13 points, 8 rebounds, a steal, but 2 blocks is nice to see. Clint Capella continues to grab rebound at a crazy rate. 19 rebound, 5 blocks against this Raptors team. Probably blocked Kyle Lowry a couple of times, but he was a minus 23. Clint Capella, for the season, he's been crazy good. Ranked 23rd. People think, he was just as good as when he was on the Rockets, right? This season, he's just as good when he was back on the Rockets. People, a lot of the expectation was he's going to take a step back because he has to share, the quote with John Collins, like his rebound numbers won't be this high, but 14 rebounds a game, that's better than when he was on the Rockets. And blocking 2.3 shots, so really, really nice for him. I think the system also is allowing him to get this many block shots and this many rebounds. And as a result, John Collins is taking a step back, not getting any blocks, and rebound number is also very low for him. Kevin Huerter, you want to stream this guy until Cam Reddish and Hunter both come back. He still had 31 started and still had 31 minutes here. 19 points and still at 2 blocks is good enough. Trae Young, another great game, and had a block. Anytime Trae Young get any defensive stats, it's worth celebrating. 37 points is obviously really strong. Only 6 assists because he took 24 shots. Maybe he still should be the number 1 guy. But this game, Cam Reddish, DeAndre Hunter, and Bogdanovic is still ramping up. Only played 16 minutes. I think at some point Bogdanovic is going to get 25 minutes. I think maybe at that point it's worth taking a look. Gallinari played 30 minutes, had a pretty good game, but he's so up and down. I would only stream him if I want some free throws and maybe a little bit of threes. On the Raptors side, Norman Powell, man, 33 points again, 55% shooting, 60% from the 3-point line. I don't know. I've been saying sell high for this guy for a long time, but he just keeps performing every game. The Raptors, they got all those guys out, and he took 20 shots here. So I don't know. Like he's ranked 65th on the season. Package him and another guy. If I can get a top 40 guy, I would trade him 1-for-1 for Jaylen Brown very comfortably. I would package him and another guy like a Robert Williams for Jaylen Brown even. I would be very comfortable making that trade. I just think all the guys are still out, and this guy is like Terry Rozier, right? Just high scoring and shooting the ball at a level which he has never done in his career. And if the efficiency falls, he really doesn't give you all that much, right? The rebound assist, not that much. Stanley Johnson, not interested, and when those guys come back, he's gonna lose all the minutes. Played 27 minutes here. Aaron Baines played 30 minutes because everybody's out. So if you need and grab 15 rebounds here. If you need some rebounds, sure, you can stream him next game, depending on if Fred VanVleet and Siakam. I wouldn't be surprised if some of them got COVID and they're going to be out for a while. They just haven't said anything, but I wouldn't be surprised. It looks like one of them got COVID. DeAndre Bembry, 37 minutes. Sure, all those guys, Aaron Baines and DeAndre Bembry, should be ahead of a guy like Stanley Johnson in terms of fantasy impact, although both guys don't really contribute that much. Kyle Lowry continued to struggle shooting the ball, but 12 assists is nice. 9 turnovers is bad. But, there were reports saying Kyle Lowry is going to get traded, but he came out and said he's going to be a Raptor for life, so that clears the air a little bit. Chris Boucher, great. 30 minutes, 29. Maybe it's a sell high because he's been playing so well lately. Unless you get a top 30 guy, I wouldn't trade for him. Because he might just be give you top 40 value the rest of the way. Right. For the season, I mean his minutes was very up and down, and for the season after this explosion, where is he ranked? Yeah, 32nd. Like only playing 24 minutes. So I take that back. Unless you get the top 25 or 20 guy back, I wouldn't trade for him. 2 seasons, just really scary numbers for Chris Boucher. And in the short term, he's gonna have more value. Sure, if you can get a top 20 guy, right, I would trade it. Like he might just go off for another game or two because he's gonna get all the playing minutes with Siakam out and Fred VanVleet. So he should be getting 30 minutes a night until those guys come back. So I would only trade for a top 15 guy for Chris Boucher. Maybe you can do Chris Boucher plus somebody else for a top 15 guy. Yeah. Okay, let's go on to the next team. The Orlando Magic losing to the Miami Heat. Heat has been winning games, and they should be in the playoffs pretty comfortably. On the Magic side, not so much. Vucevic is not going to get traded, so he continues to put up huge stats every single game. 24 points, 17 rebounds. I mean, just great stuff. And Aaron Gordon came back. If he's out there on the waiver wire, sure, you can pick him up. He's still ramping up slowly, and at some point he's going to get 30 minutes. Dwayne Bacon, still, with all the injuries going on, he's still getting the minutes. No surprise, but he's not doing anything. Michael Carter-Williams is worth a pickup. Before the All-Star break, he was also playing quite well lately. 6 turnovers is bad, but filled up the stats. He's 17 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, and a steal. Worth picking up until, what's his name, Cole Anthony comes back. We don't know when that's going to be. Ken Burns, 23 minutes, not interested. This guy, Chesson Randall, played 30 minutes. 9 points, 5 assists, and 2 rebounds. Keep an eye on him. Just some of those young guys on the Magic team. But Emer Fournier was out. Terrence Ross was out. So when those guys come back, I don't know how many minutes those guys gonna get. Those young guys gonna get. But looks like they don't really have that much of a fantasy upside. On the Miami Heat, Jimmy Butler continues to be great. I mean, Jimmy, whenever he played this season, he just great. 15th ranked player in 9 category leagues for the season. He can be in that area 15 to 20. He's been pretty consistent every single year in that area. Really great game here, 11 assists. He really really interesting night from the free throw line. But 11 assists, he really taken another step forward for the season, averaging 7.6 rebound and 8 assists. I think both probably his career highs. And 3 steals. He's averaging 2 steals. Yeah, he can average 1.8, 1.9 steals, no problem. 3 steals in a block here, 27 points. Good stuff from him. Kelly Olynyk. He had 2 good games in a row, so I think sure, pick him up, but be ready to drop him whenever he falls off because he's very inconsistent. Really nice game here, 2 steals in a block, 20 points, and 7 rebounds. Duncan Robinson only got 23 minutes. He was getting 35 minutes pretty consistently, but this game not so much. Only stream him. Don't roster him full time. Kendrick now continues to get minutes, 28, but the minutes has been down. And I can, if you already had him, I still hold on to him. He's still playing 28 minutes a night, so every once in a while he can explode for 25 points. Goran Dragic, 25. Those guys are really on the fringe of 12 teams in category leagues. Kendrick now, Goran Dragic, Tyler Hero, because none of those guys are, Goran Dragic gets some assists, but their defense, they don't really give that many defensive stats, and the counting stats not huge value. Now those guys can give you huge value. Out of all those guys, Tyler Hero is probably the guy you want to own. 17 points, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds, but other than scoring, he doesn't really give you all that much. Let's go on to the next game. Check my camera real quick. The Sixers beating. Do they even need Joel Embiid? This Sixers team is pretty deep. Beating the Chicago Bulls 120. Just easy game. Tony Bradley, this guy on per minute, he's really good. So if Joel Embiid gets hurt, him and Dwight Howard both was both played really well. 7 for 7. If Joel Embiid ever gets hurt, him is I think you gotta stream him. 7 14 points and 3 blocks. Good stuff from Tony Bradley. Tobias Harris, because it's an easy win, still had 24 points in just 25 minutes. Danny Green, his minutes finally up, but unfortunately no defensive stats this game. If you want defensive stats at threes, Danny Green is the guy. Matisse Thybulle, man, this is what this guy can do. 28 minutes, had 5 steals. He's this man can play 30 minutes. He's a must roster because the defense, he's going to average maybe over 2 steals a night, playing 35 minutes. But Ben Simmons is out, Joel Embiid is out. When both guys come back, he might just play 15 minutes. At that point, only become a streamer if you really need those defensive stats. But good game from him. If he can sell high, but I don't think anybody's going to buy it. But really good shooting night from him yesterday as well. Seth Curry, yeah, you got to drop him. Not interested. Shake Milton, those guys are kind of similar. Identical shot attempts, made 5 each. But yeah, they don't give a huge amount of assists. They don't give a huge amount of steals and blocks. And not enough points and threes to justify a roster spot on your team. But they can put up, streaming, sure, if they have a back-to-back. Dwight Howard, with Joel Embiid out, pretty good game, 18 and 12. But Embiid is going to be back tonight, I think. Or maybe tomorrow. They did not get COVID. I'm pretty sure it's just they were in contact with. On the Bulls side, Lauri Markkanen, great. Shooting the ball, 23 points, but nothing else. This is what Lauri Markkanen does. Give you a bunch of points, some threes, and points. 7 for 7 from 3. Wow. I don't think. Other than the crazy efficiency, he didn't really do anything else. But good to see him just playing. Wendell Carter Jr. just didn't play. 50 minutes, I still roster him. And Zach LaVine, this is, I worry that with the return of Lauri Markkanen and Zach LaVine, is he going to be averaging 27, 28 points? For the season, Zach LaVine is 20th ranked. I think this is probably where he should be, maybe top 25. If you can get a Paul George for him, I would do it, right? Guys in that, I think if you can get a Jason Tatum, who is still ranked below him, I would do it for Zach LaVine. But those guys' value are pretty close. I just don't think Zach LaVine is going to average 28 points. I think second half of the season, and he's shooting 52%. Second half of the season, I think maybe a 2-week stretch where he's going to play pretty bad, right? We don't know. Zach LaVine only 24. Kobe White only played 24 minutes. It's a blowout, so the minutes were low. Satoransky got the minutes, but I wouldn't go grab Satoransky. Just he was a minus 24. Oh boy. But Kobe White again, no defensive stats. 18 points is fine. 4 threes, but just no defensive stats. I think Thaddeus Young is close to drop territory. He only played, his minutes is getting lower and lower, but he's still producing. I would hold him for another game or two, see what happens. Because Otto Porter Jr. also came back, played 17 minutes. And maybe Otto Porter Jr. gets 25 at some point. So Thaddeus Young won't get the 25 minutes even. Maybe not even 20 minutes. So if there's a hot waiver wire agent out there, sure, I would drop Thaddeus Young. Because 17 minutes is not going to cut it. The next game, wow, another ass beating, Milwaukee Bucks beating the New York Knicks. What happened to the Knicks? It's just one bad game against a great team. Julius Randle struggled shooting the ball, but 7 points, that's maybe a season low for him. 6 assists, but he should be fine. Nerlens Noel got destroyed by the Bucks inside. That's why he only played 20 minutes. Mitchell Robinson is coming back soon. I would try to trade him. 2 blocks and nothing else here. RJ, 28 minutes. RJ had another great game. His efficiency this season has been great. 22 points. It's just the minutes. This game, it's a blowout. If he can ever get up to 35 plus minutes, I think he's really worth rostering in category leagues. In points leagues, sure, you can roster him because you don't care about the bad free throws. And occasionally bad efficiency night as well. And he give you decent counting stats. Alfred Payton continues to start at 24 minutes. Not interested. And Emmanuel quickly, all those guys, all those guards. Unless like Derrick Rose was out this game, has some COVID protocol. Unless like another two guys are out, I would like be comfortable picking up. You know, so we still got Alfred Payton, Alec Burks, Emmanuel Quickly, R.J. Barrett. So like if Emmanuel Quickly gets hurt, or for example, then I would be comfortable picking up Alec Burks or Alfred Payton, right? So just need another guy to be out to stream even any of the guards on the New York Knicks. Bucks easy work. Chris Middleton, okay numbers. Giannis a triple double in 29 minutes. Just great stuff for Giannis lately. Brook Lopez against his bad Knicks team, sure, had a block party. 1 steal and 5 blocks. Good game from him. Dante DiVincenzo, I would have really rostered him full time at this point. The steals just never coming back this season, maybe. Drew Holiday, I think it's a buy low. Got two steals here, pretty good. I think I will continue to buy low. He's still maybe coming back from COVID. It's struggling a little bit, but he should be maybe slowly recovering. I still see him in the top 25 or 30 guy. Let's go on to the next team. Wow, Minnesota Timberwolves. They beat the New Orleans Pelicans 135-105. Just another ass beating. The last 3 games all ass beating, not even close. Karl Anthony Towns continues to struggle from the field. I don't know why. What happened to him lately? 2 blocks is nice. Anthony Edwards went off. 3 steals, 27 points. Look at the volume. 22 shot attempts. D'Lo and Malik Beasley are both out, so he's a must roster. Ricky Rubio, if you can sell him, because I would just throw in this guy as a kicker. See what happens. If you're doing a trade, because the guy's gonna lose value when D'Lo and Malik Beasley come back. Their rotation is still interesting. This game it's a blowout. So like Jaden McDaniels and Jalen Noel both had a huge game, and they really had it going. Both young guys, but the very next game they might just be playing 15-20 minutes. So I will keep an eye on those guys' minutes. But again, D'Lo and Malik Beasley are still out. So I don't know what happens with both guys coming back. What's the rotation gonna look like? But D'Lo, if you got an IR, he's really worth putting in there. He should be back in a couple weeks. Same thing with Malik Beasley. Although you can't really. In ESPN, I don't know about Yahoo. In ESPN, he's suspended. If a guy is suspended, you can put him in the IR. For the Pelicans, Brandon Ingram, it's a blowout, so the minutes are pretty low across the board. Brandon Ingram, 1 block, no steals. Okay game from Brandon Ingram. Zion Williamson, 24 points at -29. Good field goal again, bad free throw. Typical game. Cheatham Adams grabbed 12 rebounds, and 7 of them is offensive. If you want rebounding, you can stream him. Eric Bledsoe, he was playing quite well before the break. This game, 20 minutes, just I would still hold on to him, see what he does next game. If he has another bad game or two, I would be dropping him. I also watch his minutes. Like if the game is close, he gets 30-35 minutes, I would still hold on to him. But if the minutes is low, then there's no point. Lonzo Ball, 7 assists and 2 steals and block is nice. Josh Hart, 25 minutes, grabbed 13 rebounds. Yeah, this guy is so consistent grabbing those big rebounding numbers. So if you want to rebound, sure. And because it's a blowout, Kira Lewis Jr. and Nikhil Alexander Walker both got playing time, 22 plus each, and filled up the defensive stats. Both guys, 3 steals and a block, but the very next game, Eric Bledsoe gonna take all the minutes away from them. That's what has been lately. It's a blowout, so obviously the minutes or distribution is a little bit off. The next team, the Mavericks, losing to OKC. Luka was out this game, so whenever Luka is out, you gotta stream Jalen Brunson. And Josh Richardson went off this game as well. It's just one game with Luka out. I wouldn't go and grab those guys thinking they're going to perform again. If Luka continues to be out, sure. If Luka is out, next game, Josh Richardson, Jalen Brunson, Tim Hardaway Jr., all those guys get a huge boost. So, I would stream them. They all 3 had a pretty good game here in terms of the scoring. All score over 20 plus points. And even this game, Porzingis is also out, so just all the usage going around. Maxi Kleber, 2 steals, no block. He's been getting consistent 28 plus minutes. This guy can block shots, so I would stream him, see what happens. Dorian Finney-Smith, 35 minutes, didn't really do much, so I wouldn't really touch him. And on the OKC side, Lou Dort continues to get 30 minutes every night. In real life, a really good defender, but in fantasy, not so much. Darius Bazley was out this game, so Alexis, I don't know how to say this guy's name, got 30 minutes. This is just one game situation. But this guy does put up pretty good numbers. I noticed whenever he plays. I think, if this guy and Theo Maladon, all those guys toward the end of the season, they might be playing 35 minutes. Then I'll take a look at them. Al Horford played 27 minutes. This guy's value, I think just got to try to sell high on scale. This guy get any 70 or 80 guy back. Very, very soon he's going to lose all the value. And he's resting all the back-to-backs for sure. So, yeah. Try to trade for Al Horford. Pretty good game here. Theo Maladon, the minutes is huge. 9 assists here is real nice. But I think the upside is pretty limited. He had a game where he had 6 steals. But he's not very consistent getting the steals every single game. So, I'll be okay streaming him for sure for some assist. But so far, he hasn't really given you anything other than assists. Shea had a good game, 32 points, 6 assists, and a steal. Good game from Shea, and they got the win. And Shea, this is the guy, getting drafted fairly early, like in the top 30s, right? For the season, ranked 44th. I just don't know, like his fantasy game, like the scoring is already there, the rebound and assist is already there. It's just the defensive stats, unless he's gonna give you 1.2, 1.3 steals, which I think maybe he's capable of doing. I don't really see him moving up into the top 30, right? He's already shooting 51% and 80% from the free throw line. Those two categories are already good enough. I just don't think, at least this year, how he can take a step forward unless he gets those steals. We'll see. But the counting stat is pretty nice for Shea. Okay, we got 3 more games. The next game is the Warriors getting destroyed by the Clippers. The minutes were low across the board because they got destroyed. Andrew Wiggins, a minus 25, 15 points, 8 rebounds. And just want to see him playing defense, getting those blocks. You still hold on to him at some point. I think he can explode for a 3 blocks game. He's capable of doing that. Draymond Green, only 2 assists here because Curry. It's about Curry. How many points is Curry going to score? Draymond, 2 assists. Scored 12 points. That's good. 2 still in a block. Okay game from Draymond. Consider they got the game was out of control. Kelly Oubre Jr., the shots are falling at this point. 15 points and 6 rebounds. He should be a top 80 guy, 90 guy for the rest of the season, so you don't drop him. Steph Curry, a bad game, but 2 still in a block, 14 points. Good enough. He should be better than this. Clippers, perimeter defense, they got some of the most elite guys in the game, so struggle one game should come back and be better next. On the Clippers side, Kawhi Leonard, he before the All-Star break he was struggling a little bit. Not gonna lie, had 3 steals, pretty good, 28 points. The rest is really helped him, I think. So good game, plus 27 as well. Serge Ibaka in 23 minutes, he grabbed you 14 rebounds. I don't think he's a must roster. The minutes and Batum only got 50 minutes for personal foul, so you can't drop him. Only stream him. Ibaka, and I don't think he's a must roster. Stream him. The minutes is so inconsistent. Even this game, he went off, only get 23 minutes. Paul George, interestingly, only got 26 minutes. I guess it's a blowout, and good to see him getting 3 steals. The shooting is off, right? I was saying that, hey, if you can get a top 10 guy or top 12 guy, first rounder for Paul George, I think he's a top 20 guy. This season, I said it many times because the steal numbers, 3 steals here is really, really nice. I don't know if he can continue doing this. And obviously this game struggled shooting the basketball, 5 for 14. And for the season, he's already ranked 19th. For the season, he's still shooting 50%. Once that fall off, he might be a top 25 guy. I don't know. Zubac, Lou Will, Marcus Morris, all those guys, just man numbers. I don't even want to stream them with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard playing. The next game is the Phoenix Suns beating. Yeah, the Suns are really strong this year. Beating the Portland Trailblazers. Mikal Bridges, good to see him playing 40 minutes. coaches in the league, they just really like threes and D's guys. So just, don't be surprised if a 3 and D guy is playing 35 minutes or 40 minutes. Play really well and only one turnover or steal in the block. If this guy can give you more 1.5 steals, his ranking is going to skyrocket. Right? Mikal, 51st ranked player, averaging 0.7 steals. It's a joke. If he can give you, for the rest of the way, if he can average 1.3, he's a top 40 guy. Good stuff for him. DeAndre Ayton, maybe this game, Portland Blazers, they decided to go small, so Ayton didn't even get his 30 minutes. Just a disappointing season from Ayton. Didn't really give you anything this game. Devin Booker, great. 35 minutes and 8 assists. That's nice. Just want to see him push up those assist numbers. Otherwise, the scoring, the rest of the line is really good. Chris Paul, 19.7 assists, no steals, but hey, it's fine. Chris Paul has been playing really well this season, and most importantly, being healthy. Maybe missed a game or two, and that's it. Jay Crowder, if he's out there, sure, you can stream him. He's getting 30 minutes, even though Kaminsky is starting and playing 10, 15 minutes every other game, but Jay Crowder is getting majority of the minutes, and every once in a while he'll pop off. So if you have a back-to-back, they have a back-to-back. Jay Crowder is the guy I want to stream on this Phoenix Suns team. Can hit some threes and give some rebound and a little bit defensive stats. On the Portland side, so Yusuf Nurkic and CJ McCollum, I wouldn't be surprised if they're back within 2 weeks. So, Ernest Cantor, you gotta move this guy. You probably should have moved this guy 2 weeks ago. His value is running out, I believe. Really good game here. 27 minutes. In 28 minutes, he graduated 16 and 11. But the value is running out. Robert Covington, I don't think he's gonna take any hit, to be honest. He's a 3 and D's guy. He's still getting the minutes. 2 steals and a block. I mean, those 1.6 steals, 1.6, 1.7 steals, and 1 block is, should be there for the rest of the season. Derrick Jones Jr., he's a streamer in the short term, can give you some defensive stats. Sure. Had 4 personal fouls here. That's why, he could play 30, 35 minutes with all those guys out. Gary Trent Jr., in the short term, you want to stream him. Same thing with Carmelo Anthony. Didn't really do much, either guy, in this game. Damian Lillard, great. 30 points, 8 assists, and 2 steals. I think when CJ McCollum comes back, I think helps Damian Lillard a little bit efficiency-wise because he's just getting double-teamed. Right? This team, other than him, offensively, how many guys are that big of a threat? So CJ McCollum comes back, gonna help Damian Lillard. The efficiency can help him a little bit. Let's go on to the last game of the night. Oh boy, the Rockets losing to the Kings, but look at our friend Kevin Porter Jr. He got recalled from the G League. This is his first game. 30 minutes. John Wall didn't play, and Eric Gordon exited the game. But I think I wouldn't be surprised if Kevin Porter gets 30 minutes a night rest of the season. I think if he's out there on the waiver wire, he's a must roster. This game obviously really great. Had 10 assists, 3 steals and a block. I don't know, for the rest of the season, he could be a top 70, 80 guy. His upside is there. He can get the defensive stats. That's why this is the upside. And Victor Oladipo and John Wall, Victor Oladipo might get traded. And on the Rockets, they just have so much usage opening up with all the trades going on. And Victor Oladipo, even Oladipo doesn't get moved, he's gonna miss all the back-to-backs. Same thing with John Wall. So yeah, if he's out there, I gotta grab him. Victor Oladipo, pretty good game, the counting stats wise, but efficiency is very rough with this guy. Eric Gordon exit the game. All those guys are trade targets, so I wouldn't be surprised him and Oladipo both get moved. If he plays, sure, I want to stream him because he can give you 18 points whenever he plays. Jason Tate is another guy you want to grab, 30 minutes. And David Nwaba is also up. So Jason Tate, Sterling Brown, Kevin Porter Jr. is obviously the best guy out of those guys, and then Jason Tate and Sterling Brown. In the short term, you got to stream Sterling Brown as well. 10 rebound pretty decent stats. And we got a friend, Anthony Lamb. Did not have a picture of him playing 30 minutes. And Daniel House, whenever he comes back, he's also worth picking up and see what happens. He's been getting 30, 35 minutes whenever he plays. On the Kings side, Harrison Barnes, a great game versus his bad Rockets team. 20 points, 11 rebounds, and a steal. No assists this game. I just talked about him this year, averaging over 3 assists a game, but zero here. Marvin Bagley, 11 points, 7 rebounds, 2 blocks is nice. And hit all his free throws. Roy Hachimura is a better points and rebound guy, in my opinion. Only got 24 minutes. Rashawn Holmes, great stuff. 9 for 11, huge field goal anchor, 20 and 11 and a block. Buddy Hield. This is why you don't drop this guy. I mean, he forced his way to 20 points because he took 19 shots, but hit 5 threes. This is the difference between him and Bogdanovic. I said it many times. In this game, he had 7 assists and 2 steals against his bad Rocket team and a block. Good game from Buddy. And lately, he's been playing quite well, right? He went off like the other day, had like 30 points, and ranked 90th. Another big game or two, maybe he can move into be a top 80 guy. You can't really complain if he can average close to 20 points a game. De'Aaron Fox also a great game, 30 points, 9 assists and 2 steals, and good from the free throw line this game. If you can trade this guy, if you don't care about the efficiency, the free throw, the field goal, the turnover, he's really, really valuable. But in category leagues, because he's so bad in those, he's ranking in 9 category leagues. After last night, he's ranked 116th. He's like a mini Russell Westbrook. I would be very comfortable trading Norman Powell if I can. Corey Joseph played 33 minutes, and Tyrese Halliburton. What's going on with this guy? He only played 18 minutes. I think it's a buy low opportunity. Just very weird rotation. Corey Joseph playing 33 minutes. I think it's a buy low. If the owner is panicking, sure, throw a top 70, 80 guy at him. That's it for all the games. I'll see you guys later.